Well, now to a heartwarming event that supports the life-changing work done at Children's Colorado's Heart Institute. It's the largest of its kind in the region. For more than a decade, Children's Hospital Colorado has been ranked as one of the best children's hospitals in the nation. Here with more on the Little Hearts Luncheon and Fashion Show are Children's Colorado Heart Institute physician, Dr. Jeffrey Darst, and event chair, Lynn Schaefer. Welcome to the show, both of you.
Thank you.
This is such an important event, and it's a fun event too. But first, let's get down to business. Dr. Darst, what got you into being interested in being a cardiac medicine doctor at Children's Hospital?
Well, I have to reluctantly credit my college roommates, actually, because they convinced me to take a course, an engineering course, way back then on how the heart works. And I fell in love with it at that point and kind of decided, even before I started medical school, that cardiology would be where I'd go. And Colorado came later, but I did some training here, went away and had an opportunity to see hospitals in other parts of the country. And when I had a chance to get a real job, there was a spot here, and so I was very lucky, yes,
well,
and so I snapped it up.
Yeah, we're blessed to have someone like you in our own backyard and the Colorado Heart Institute. What makes this so unique?
I think the teamwork is probably the main thing. I think we have such a large group of people that work so well together. It's one of the largest heart institutes in the West. The outcomes are fantastic, and I think we've had an opportunity, because the outcomes are so fantastic, to work on the things that we think we need to do better. And we're spending a lot of time now trying to support families between events, surgeries, clinic visits. Those are important, but life goes on in between. And so we started a wellness program, actually, and we're the only one of its kind in a cardiology division in the country. We combine resources with social workers, child life specialists, psychologists, spiritual care workers, and so we can support families throughout their journey.
And that's so important. I'm glad you mentioned all of that, because when a child's going through a physical need, it's not only physical, it's emotional, it's mental, it's spiritual, and you need to raise funds for all of this too. You're hosting a very special event, Lynn. Give us the details about the Little Hearts Luncheon.
Little Hearts Luncheon will be April 7th at Wings Over the Rockies Air and Space Museum in Lowry. It's from 11 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon, and our models are all patients that have been seen at the Heart Institute. We do have a few community supporter models as well. It's our way of giving back to those that have been supporting us for so long, that have actually no direct tie to the Heart Institute.
Okay, and we're going to give you a little sample, a little preview of this awesome fashion show. We have a few models here. Lynn, introduce us to our first handsome model.
This handsome young man is Ryan, and he actually had his surgery last year, and look how well.
Look at his beautiful smile. Look into that camera right over there, Ryan, and say hi.
Hi.
Oh, look how cute he is.
And the little one is Josie. Josie's had a number of surgeries and had a heart transplant.
My goodness.
As we say, Little Hearts Luncheon is the day that we celebrate these children, and as you can see, there's no way of knowing, and that's what we celebrate. The journey the children have been on, the families, the caregivers.
Josie, look right there. Look right there. Let's do a spin with your dress.
It's a full day of celebration.
Yeah, celebrate. And look back at the camera. Look at how beautiful they are. Happy and healthy, thanks to Dr. Darst.
And here we have Cormac, this handsome young man. And he's one of 40 prescription pet dogs that we have at Children's Hospital, a unique program again. And these are specially trained dogs, and they're trained in visitation. So they go and they visit, and this is Darby.
And Darby. So you take the dog in to see the children and to see the patients, and what does that do emotionally for the patients?
It's great for the patients. It gives them a distraction of why they're there.
Right.
And it also helps the family and the siblings that are in the room and hanging out with the patient. So it's good for the patient, the family, and
overall, it puts a smile on everyone's face. All right, well, thanks, you guys. We're going to have you back here in just another few minutes. You can go ahead and run back off over there with those beautiful smiles. And how does the Heart Luncheon actually support the Heart Institute then?
Funds raised are directed to the welfare of the parents of the patients, and in reference to what Dr. Darst was just saying, it helps them emotionally with the burden of expenses that they have. So when they come to visit the hospital and they end up staying a lot longer, it looks after expenses, gas cards, car repairs, lodging. You've had personal experience traveling back and forth to hospital.
Absolutely.
And you were lucky enough to have someone here. Your home was here. If you're from out of state, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Transplants end up being
That's
months.
the last thing you need to worry
Exactly.
about, the finances and how you're going to get there, where you're going to stay when you have a sick baby. So, Dr. Darce, what do you want our viewers to know about Children's Colorado Heart Institute?
Well, I think the obvious things are sort of out front with the patient care and the work that we do trying to help families, but I think there's a lot going on behind the scenes that families and people don't know about, a lot of research, a lot of teaching, trying to be innovative and create new treatments for patients, teach future doctors and train them, and so people will be cared for forever. Yeah. And then also, I think the clinical work is second to none.
Well, thank you for all the hard work that you both do. I really appreciate it. And we are blessed to have a doctor like you here. And of course, we're blessed to have Colorado's Heart Institute, Colorado Heart Institute of Children's. And let's take a last look at these beautiful models. Ryan, Josie, and Cormac. You guys, awesome. I'm glad you're healthy and happy and blessed. You know, the fun takes place April 7th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Wings Over the Rockies Air and Space Museum. You can enjoy the show and, of course, help Children's Colorado continue to lead the nation in cardiac care for kids. Tickets are available online. Please go to this website. It's children'scoloradofoundation.org and click on events and then Little Hearts Luncheon. If you're unable to attend, don't worry. You can donate to Little Heart Luncheon at children'scoloradofoundation.org.